Hey guys, it's Gary. Long awaited trick tip here. We're going to learn 360 flips on a fingerboard. Alright guys, before I start, I just want to advertise. I'm coming out with Gary Chin t-shirts. If you follow my Facebook, which is below, you will find out that I'm going to be selling t-shirts. So my next video is going to be an advertisement for my t-shirts, so make sure you check that out. And without further ado, 360 flips on a fingerboard. Okay, a 360 flip is a combination of a 360 pop shove it and a kickflip. Sorry, I'm awful at 360 shove it, so I'm not going to demonstrate one. But before you start doing 360 flips, you don't even really need to know how to do 360 shove it's. You probably just need to know how to ollie and kickflip. Okay, the finger positioning for the 360 flip. First thing you want to know is it's all on the back finger. Okay, you see where the dip starts right here on the tail? You want to have your back finger right there, right before the dip, but on the edge. And you want to make sure that your finger has some slight curve to it, not completely flat. If it's completely flat, it's not going to be able to swoop the board and do a 360 flip. So curled, and then wherever your front finger lands generally is a good place to put it. I generally put it in the kickflip position, which is around here. Some people put it more back, but as long as you're not covering the whole thing, I mean, some people do it like that too, but it's more common. This is a common tray flip or 360 flip position. Okay, the first step to the 360 flip is to roll up, and you want to pop and swoop the board. You want to bring it into the ground like that. You want to kind of kick it toward you, but the 360 flip is almost like doing a flick, like when you first learn the ollie. Almost. Now, the difference is you are controlling it so it moves like that and it grazes off your front finger. When I do 360 flips, my favorite part of the entire trick is when you feel it swooping and grazing right off that front finger to make it flip, and then you roll away. So you want to bring it down and flick it like that, okay? And then it should graze off your front finger. If it's not, then that means you're not, flicking to the side enough. If your finger is like this, your front finger, it should graze right off, and you should be good. Obviously, the second step is to let it flip. You catch it, and you ride and land away. Ride and land away. Land and ride away. But I would say the 360 flip is all about finding that sweet spot for your back finger. For me, it's around right here. See? And you see I can get a very consistent flip with it in that finger positioning every single time. So you want to be consistent once you find that sweet spot, and make sure you go through the effort to stick your back finger in that same spot every time. It's more about the back finger, less about the front. At first, 360 flips were very, very inconsistent for me. It's a trick that you have to practice and make sure you get your fingers in that position really quick, and you can get used to flipping it consistently every time. It's a really weird motion if you think about it. The board is spinning 360 degrees or rotating, and it's also flipping toward you like a kickflip. So the board has to do these motions all together, and it's hard to get that exact every single time. That's why it's important that you practice and you're consistent with it. One big problem is that it's not in proportion. For example, if it flips all the way, but it only goes 270, you don't have the full rotation. Or it might go 360, and it doesn't graze off your finger enough, so it might look something like this, and you land on the back, or in primo. That's why it's a trick that's more about flicking it, finding the sweet spot, and landing it. For example, if your problem is over flipping, like this, like that, then what happens is you're focusing too much on your front finger and swooping it, which is what I did there for 360 double flips. See? I purposely kick it out more. Same goes for underflipping. If it underflips, then that means you're swooping too much, but you're not paying attention to your front finger. So maybe instead of having your front finger back here, have it up more so it grazes against the side of the board more. If I have it more down, the chances of it overflipping are greater. If I have it more up, the chances of it being right on is higher. over rotation isn't such a problem. Under rotation I've definitely seen, but when you try to do it into like no slides or something, you will have to purposely under rotate it and bring your hand to compensate. So that's another different topic, but see, like that, you're gonna have to under rotate it so you can catch it. Now that you've learned 360 flips, you can start off with variations like the fakie 360 flip, or you can even try, big flips. I have a big flip tutorial, and you can just go to the playlist under weak fingers and you can find it, or it's the trick tip right before this one. Big flip is the same as a tray flip, except you rotate with it 180 degrees backside. Right away. There we go.